offense after this turn. Just a quick disc check to make sure it has not been bent out of shape from that hand block. And I think there's possibly been a little bit of damage, so we're looking for another replacement disc. And Vineet from Airbenders is just passing it now to Pixie in order to make sure that they're playing. Actually, it's all right is the call now, and Airbenders will be picking the disc, the same disc that they're using. Pixie marked by number 14, that's Sunny from Awadh KHELadis. Doc to Talib. Talib to Charm in the end zone for a break point for Airbenders. The scoreline's at 2-0 now to Airbenders. Awadh KHELadis at 0 and Airbenders at 2. So great defense, great hand block there by Doc from Airbenders team to secure that point. This is of course the semi-final match between Awadh KHELadis and Airbenders. On the other field we have Airborne versus Fly Wild, and these are the 4 semi-finalists at our Nationals event here in Anandpur. Want to give a quick big shout out to ASV, that's Anandpur Sports Village, who have very graciously given us their grounds. 2 fields we've made of the football field and 2 fields on the cricket field on the other side. The energy levels are very high, the excitement is very high for this semi-final game between Airbenders. After every point they have their characteristic cheer where they channel up their energy and release it, which is a very trademarked cheer from Airbenders. Right now Akshay stepping in to give a few words of encouragement, possibly tell the Awadh KHELadis team to maintain their composure. It was an unfortunate start to the game that they're having. However, it's very important that they retain their composure and are able to convert this point. They'll be starting on offense. Pull is going to come in from Becca on the Airbenders line, and a big cheer coming from the sideliner of Awadh KHELadis. And another cheer from the Airbenders sideline as well, led by Nithya from the Airbenders sideline. Big pull coming in from Airbenders, collected by Priyanshu, landing just outside, so Priyanshu has chosen to brick the pull, and he'll be walking it up to the brick mark 15 meters ahead of the end zone line. Awadh KHELadis setting up in a vertical stack down the field as well. Number 20 at the head of the stack, and Priyanshu's checked the disc in. Some cuts coming in, Roshni coming in with the in cut. 21 reset to Sunny. Sunny to number 3. Number 3 to Sunny again, and a big hug goes up. Number 2 is under it. Will she get it? Will she be able to receive the pass? Just outside. It's a really great grab. She has to bend down low and catch it just inside the end of the end zone. Beautiful catch by Roshni from Awadh KHELadis. Giving reason, justification that she's not a national level player without any reason. She's represented India in, I think, I'd like to say more than one international event. And she's one among a few players who have represented the country from the Awadh KHELadis team based out of Lucknow in UP, of course. So that's the first point for KHELadis. Scoreline standing at 2-1 to Airbenders. Airbenders still 1 break point up after having started this semi-final game on offense. They now find themselves on offense again. You have Govind with the disc on the Awadh KHELadis lineup. Priyanshu giving some words of encouragement to that team. Govind and the boys on the KHELadis lineup just choosing their marks as well. After every point, we're seeing big cheers from the sidelines as we see a big pull, massive cross-field pull from Govind, which will be curving into the end zone, landing just inside of bounds, collected by Aaron from Airbenders team. Awadh KHELadis choosing to opt with a person defense. We have Naina shooting off deep, and however, really tight defensive person mark now. Airbenders having to just play a few passes within their own end zone. Naina coming back in now. Naina to Sam to Anna, one of the main handlers on the Airbenders team. Anna with a nice under pass to Sushil to Ajay Yadav Number 48 on the far side. Sushil with another in-cut. However, Aaron is coming in with the in-cut of his own, collects the disc and hucks it into the end zone, where there was a couple of players and really good. Kajal and Riku were there. Kajal from Awadh KHELadis and Riku, but Riku really good, quick movement, attacking the disc and making sure she gets her hands on it before Kajal has the opportunity to do it. Another big tier coming up from Airbenders. They have converted their offense point with really clinical offense. Awadh KHELadis looking really strong on defense as well. They had a very tight person mark going for the first few passes. Airbenders were forced to make a few passes within the end zone, were looking for options, but they did find those options, they did find those gaps, and they exploited them, and they did manage to come through to convert their offense point. The D line now stepping in for Airbenders. We have Pooja, Nitya and Becca from the women on the Airbenders lineup. And we have Doc, Pixie, Talib and Snakey. Koine is the call going up from Awadh KHELadis. Like, don't worry, it's all good. We still got this. Also a very top tier team, one of India's best teams here in the semi-finals of our nationals. We have Karan, Priyanshu and Govind on the line for KHELadis. Roshni as well. Talib with the pull, forehand pull from Airbenders. Big OI curving into the end zone, going to be collected by... Gonna hit the turf as the sun is in Priyanshu's eyes. He doesn't want to risk trying to catch the pull and drop it with the sun in his eyes. Karan now with the disc. Karan to number 20. 20 to Priyanshu. To number 13. To Sunny. Sunny to number 20 again. Sunny on the disc again. Looking to huck it, However, as he's revving his hand back, it bumps into Nitya and he does drop the disc and he's called that it's a foul call. Some discussion now between Doc, Nitya and Sunny from Awadh KHELadis. Foul call is accepted. And a high-fi is given between Sunny and Doc. Disc is returned to Sunny. Saul is coming in from 0. Doc is checking in, making sure that both the offense and defense is ready, and the disc is checked back in. Sunny is still looking deep, passes it back to number 13. 13 with an around to Priyanshu. Priyanshu with a bit of a risky around. Govind laying out, making a clap catch just to secure that he has the disc. Even though, because it was wobbling a bit, always better to go with the safe catches. Laying out just to maintain that you're not going to lose this disc, you're not going to turn it over here. Again, towing the line very expertfully, Govind again, to make sure he maintains position of the disc just outside the end zone to number 14 and going up line to get the score for Awadh KHELadis. Converting the offense point now. Score lines at 3-2, Airbenders at 3, Awadh KHELadis at 2. Still trailing behind Airbenders after losing one break point, one offensive point where Airbenders got a beautiful hand block. Earlier in the game was the second point of the game, so they will have to make up for that break point eventually if they want to stay neck and neck. Right now Airbenders has the one break lead over KHELadis. We have Awadh KHELadis D-line stepping in now. Kajal, preferred role being the deep position. Awadh KHELadis often opts to go for a zone or cup defense where when they have 3 of their 7 players marking the disc and close to the handler of the other team, and then the others spread across the field with one deep position who stays near the end zone of that they are defending and making sure nobody is cutting deep to try and maintain control over that area. And that is the position known as the deep, which is Kajal's preferred position to play. Also on the line we have Govind and Priyanshu, as well as Neha, who's also represented, one of the other women players who's represented India at multiple events. On offense now we have Aaron collecting the disc, passing to Anna on the Airbenders. Big backhand fake from Anna there. Awadh KHELadis opting to go with a person mark. A nice forehand flick to Becca. Becca to Naina. Naina to Riku. Just outside the end zone now. Good offensive flow now. Resetting to Sushil. Sushil looking for options. Anna with the slice upline cut. Slicing up the field. Just a shortcut resetting pass. Looking for options now. Faking some hammers. Big around throw to Aaron to reset. And Aaron to back to Anna again. Anna to Ajay Yadav and Ajay to Riku, and Riku scores it again. I think that's the second point that she's scoring for Airbenders. Airbenders offense looking really clean, looking really clinical, looking like they can go all day, constantly looking upline for passes, and then at stall 4, even before stall 4, stall 5, just looking around, and around option is always available with Anna coming back or Aaron coming back to be in the handler space and reset the disc very effectively. Really clean, clinical looking offense from Airbenders. I'll give a quick shout out to our hydration partner Enazol, who've provided us with, of course, their drink to make sure all the players are hydrated, as well as our partner Agile. They are our awards partner and have helped us with all the trophies and medals that will be given at the end of this event. And of course our venue here, ASV, that's Anantapur Sports Village, who've given us these lovely grounds. Seen a lovely pull now from Becca on the Airbenders line. Priyanshu is waiting to collect. Priyanshu collects, passes to Sunny. I think both of them have played every single point that has been played now for KHELadis. Collected by number, now to Roshni, number 02 on the line. Resets to Manju, now 20 on the disc. To number 3 again for KHELadis. To Roshni again. KHELadis playing very well amongst the women of their team. Back to number 3 and to number 20, who very expertly toes the line, catches the disc in the air and then lands in the end zone for the score. That's the third point for Awadh KHELadis, as Angana from Awadh KHELadis is coming with a beautiful cheer on the sideline to maintain their spirits, and the same characteristic cheer from Airbenders, where they're channeling the energy with the 1, 2, 3 who from the Airbenders lineup. Energy levels really high, looking really good. This is how Ultimate should be played, in my opinion, with everyone really coming together as a team and making sure that everyone's chins are held high and chests are held out, spirits are very high. We have again the very clinical...
Score the goal and India have won!
As a boy, always knew I one day had the courage to be king. Yeah, time flew when I grew up. Now I'm ready for the promise that it brings. You only wanted me to screw up, but it's something that you're never gonna see. And everything that you hope for, yeah, it was only in a...
And it really shows in that game. So big cheer comes up. Something about Awadh KHELadis, Lucknow Walas. Awadh KHELadis from Lucknow. Big pull, floating well into the end zone. Again, cross the field, landing all the way at the back of the end zone, collected by Aaron from Airbenders. Defense of KHELadis setting up really quickly, trying to block off all the options. Again, Airbenders is forced to make a couple of passes within their end zone itself. And Anna, again with the disc now on the close side of the field, passes it to Naina. Naina looking for options, dumps it back to Aaron. Sunny pushing a little bit, but is marking Aaron. Sam with the disc. Sam to Yadav. And there's a pick called, so the disc will be sent back. Sushil number 18 on Sam. Sam to Naina. Naina, very young player, I think just still in 12th grade, but a great asset, one of the best cutters on Airbenders team in my opinion. A bit of contact there between Sushil and Priyanshu, and some conversation as to whether it was Sushil who went into Priyanshu's space or Priyanshu who was in Sushil's space, and it's an accepted foul call. So the disc will be checked in now. Stall coming in at 0 after an accepted foul call. Sushil resetting back to Anna. Anna to Ajay. Ajay back to Anna. Couple of players shooting off into the end zone. A little bit of fumbling with the disc. However, Anna checks it back in, looking to finish this point. Sam with a quick cut and a big layout bid in hopes to try and get his fingers over the disc by Govind. However, Sam's hands are very secure resting place for the disc. And Airbenders again converting the offense point, maintaining the 1 break lead. So far, both teams managing to convert their offense points with really good offensive plays. Was only that second point that Awadh KHELadis, before they were just getting their heads into the game, I think there was a big hand block by Doc that happened on a huck. Sunny was winding up.
Now I go on a roll, and I know that I'm never breaking down. I control all the flow with my soul, put a sword at the stone in the ground. Joey said it would be someday, seeing castles in the clouds. One way or another, when I step in the room, everybody better bow. So be careful how you talk to me.
Moments like those are in games like these. Intensity is the call from Sam on the Airbender sideline. Amping up, wanting the Airbenders defense to be amped up to the maximum. A poacher defense is what Airbenders is playing, and Docs gets another D. Doc with the second D of the day, and Awadh KHELadis is now having to switch quickly to defense. Let's see how the D line of Airbenders is going to cope up. Pixie on the disc, handling alongside Doc. Doc with the up line, receives, and a low throw to Talib, who does collect it in the end zone. That's another break for Airbenders. Yeah, pulling away with the 2 break lead now over KHELadis. Really beautiful defensive play there, where they are switching up their strategy and opting to go with the poachy defense. That worked really well for them. One person was blocking all around throws, making sure that only the open space remains open and not letting any resets happen on the break side. And then Doc, of course, poaching the in-cut space and the open space. And the strategy worked wonders, just as I imagine that they planned, with the disc being released into the open space and Doc awaiting that to be poached, and is able to jump and get the hand block again. Game, not wanting to get too pressurized by the current situation that they find themselves in, which is definitely not a situation where they feel very comfortable being 2 break points down. The call is bricked again by Priyanshu. He will be starting in the middle of the field. He's joined in the handling space by Govind as well as Sunny on the far ends of either side of the field to his left and right. Pixie on the disc mark. Talib and Doc marking the other two handlers. And for women in the vertical stack, Neha with the in-cut on the break side. With Govind coming in. Beautiful, again a beautiful Pochi defense there. Roshni with a beautiful in-cut, but Pixie very aware and makes the run away from his handler into the street space. Talib shooting off deep, and another. This time Pixie, Talib was shooting off deep. There were a few Awadh KHELadis players in the end zone. However, Pixie has a lot of faith in Talib as a cutter, and he does put it deep. However, he's skied, and the Awadh KHELadis player does get his fingers over the disc. I think there might have been some contact, which is what the call we are seeing now between Talib. Some perspective offered being by Sushil. Was a foul call that was contested, so the disc will be returned to Pixie on Airbenders. And Dr. Becca, and Becca crossfield into the open space where Pooja is awaiting. Pooja, of course, in the blue cap and blue shorts for Airbenders to collect this score. They are really pulling away. I think that's another break point for Airbenders that they are scoring. So they've pulled away with a 3-break lead in the first half of this game. The scoreline starts at 7-3 to Airbenders.
A very good morning to everyone on the stream. This is Rishi. Just as I tune in, we see Awadh KHELadis very close to their attacking end zone, but an interception by Pooja. A fine morning here in Anandpur, the semi-finals of the Mixed National Championship Series finale, which is the Nationals. Airbenders looking very dominant in the first half. They have been unbeaten this season, and in this first half they are 3 break points up. They are probably on the verge of another. There's just a call happening to see if there was any foul, any issue when the throw was made. The disc has been called back, so the players have spoken and resolved. I couldn't catch what exactly was the foul, but ultimate being a self-refereed sport, players discussing the rules and agreeing to an outcome that brings the disc back. So Awadh KHELadis now with the possession of the disc again, seems like they are on the force sideline. A very nice inside throw by Awadh, very nice upline collected back by the Awadh handler, and now from the center of the field they're looking for the around, decide not to take it. Very happy to go back to the force sideline. Airbenders would be happy with having them on the force sideline. It's these resets and inside breaks that they would be worried about. Just like that, this was Blady, and the player attacks. A running Talib tried to bid that, but the player attacked good enough to catch it securely on the front line on the break side. So Awadh will be pleased with this goal. It takes them to 4 points. The score is 7-4. So it seems that Airbenders will retain their 3 break lead in the first half at the moment. Coming up and bearing down on the players. This might affect Awadh a little bit more because they came in lean on legs. They lost one of their, I believe, one of the players to an injury. So now they are probably struggling for legs a little bit. But yeah, just then a travel is called. Aaron immediately accepting it and resetting to where the Awadh KHELadis defender felt he should have been. Disc is now with Anna. Samatwa asking for it in the middle. Anna fakes that. Samatwa clears upline. Naina catches the disc. Naina resets it to Anna, or she doesn't. She fakes that and gets an upline to Sushil, who doesn't hesitate, just throws the OI floaty forehand into the end zone to a running Riku. And that's a very clean, smooth hold for Airbenders. With that, they take the half 8-4.
Score the goal, and India have won! Here's Awadh. Comes now.
Yeah, as a boy, always knew I one day had the courage to be king. Yeah, time flew when I grew up. Now I'm ready for the promise that it brings. You only wanted me to screw up, but it's something that you're never gonna see. And everything that you hope for, yeah, it was only in a dream. Yeah, now I go on a roll, and I know that I'm never breaking down. I control all the flow on my soul, put a sword at the stone in the ground. You always said it would be someday, seeing castles in the clouds. One way or another, when I step in the room, everybody better bow.
He read that.
So be careful how you talk to me,
That's the day we...
'cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down, so you better start running.
This was dropped, but it was picked
So
up.
you better start running. So you better start running. Because I'm coming right now. 'Cause I'm coming right now. And there's only one crown. And there's
match point. Big disc up. It's going to be a game to 10. Can this be completed? Oh.
Yeah. So you better start running. Come on, come on. So you better start. So you better start. 'Cause there's only one.
Score the goal, and India have won. Wales are one.
Yeah, as a boy, always knew I one day had the courage to be king. Yeah, time flew when I grew up. Now I'm ready for the promise that it brings. You only wanted me to screw up, but it's something that you're never gonna see. Everything that you hope for, yeah, it was only in a dream. Now I go on a roll, and I know that I'm never breaking down. I control all the flow on my soul, put a sword at the stone in the ground. She always said it would be someday, seeing castles in the clouds. One way or another, when I step in the room, everybody better bow.
You read that?
So be careful how you talk to me,
That's the day we.
'cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down. So you better start running.
Just was dropped when it was picked
So
up.
you better start running. So you better start running. Because I'm coming right now. 'Cause I'm coming right now. And there's only one crown. And there's only one king. And it's looking like me.
During that
So
match
you
point.
better
Big
start
disc up.
running.
It's going to be a game to 10. Can this be completed? Oh.
Yeah. So you better start running. Come on, come on. So you better start. So you better start. 'Cause there's only one king. And there's only one crown. And there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down. So you better start running. So you better start running. So you better start running. 'Cause I'm coming right now. 'Cause I'm coming right now. Right now.
second half of the semi-final at Mixed Club Nationals. It's Airbenders versus Awadh KHELadis. Once again, and it's Airbenders taking the lead of this game at the moment. They are at 8-5, so this is the second half starting for Awadh KHELadis.
Cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us to control. It's about to go down, so we better start running. So we better start running. So we better start running. Cause I'm coming right now. Cause I'm coming right now.
Seconds to look ahead. In just those few seconds, Anna's defender caught up. Perhaps if she had played it first, she would have had it. But I mean, Awadh was not able to capitalize on that. A very unforced error there with not a lot of pressure. Just a miscommunication there between the Awadh KHELadis. They drop it and gift Airbenders another chance to clean hold, and they are not going to miss that. It's just a one pass that was required from Aaron to Naina on what looks like the break side. Is it still a score? I mean, the players are discussing. It could still be a score, and they could be discussing, but not sure if there's any stoppage there. Some players seem to be moving, some players seem to be still, and there is a discussion. Pixie stepping in, perhaps to clarify or translate something. But yeah, the score stands. So the score stands. Just players having a discussion, perhaps on contact or some of the rules. But I think this was a costly miss for Awadh. I think Airbenders O-line is not a line that's going to give you opportunities to break, and when you get them, you have to capitalize them. I think this is probably going to make the difference in the game. They had a chance to take the break in the second half, but they have not been able to capitalize on that. But their offense was looking strong as they came out in the second half. So let's see what the offensive line can do now.
Score the goal, and India have won. Wales have won. Now.
Yeah, as a boy, I always knew I one day had the courage to be king.
Becca from Airbenders just taking her run up for the pull, sends a floaty backhand throw into the air. It just comes back a little bit, caught up with the wind. A slight wind has picked up, so it looks like Awadh has a tailwind. Wind was not there all along, it just picked up now at the ground. Another almost miscommunication by Awadh. They really need to fix that if they need to take this half. Nice movement nevertheless. The throw goes through, continuation on the backhand, and the pitch perfect receive there at the front cone of the end zone. This is classic Awadh style. If you let them get into flow, they are not going to stop. So even one break or one pass and they're free, and they know how to continue. I think they've been playing with each other for a while. Their chemistry is one of their strengths, perhaps more than anything else. So this was a very good display of that. So Awadh have come out on two occasions in the second half on O, and both of the times they have scored in about 30 seconds. So this is good for them, but I think it's now going to come down to what the D line can do. After all, it is a very common saying that your O-line can possibly lose you games, but it is your D-line that wins you games. So this is another classic case of that. Awadh O-line is looking good. They have to keep it perfect, not falter, but they also have a huge deficit of breaks to come back. They're probably going to need 4 breaks to win this game. But If I was them, I would be thinking one at a time. So let's see what this Awadh D-line can do. Meanwhile, Aaron fields the pull, gains a lot of yards to Sushil. Nena in a lot of space to make that cut. Makes it, but wasn't able to get very free. The defense was good there, so Sushil gives it back to Aaron. Anna collects it on the other sideline. Samatwa now with the disc on the sideline being forced. Ajay very easily able to rescue and give Samatwa the continue upline. Sushil streaking on the fourth side, chooses not to get it. He's asking again. I think he had separation this time around, but there was a call. Samatwa looks at him nevertheless, and that pass was on all day. So that was another easy hold for the Airbenders O-line. This takes the score to 10-6. 10-6 to Airbenders with 3 breaks ahead. Airbenders D-line stacking up. The pull is about to go. They are forcing home, so it looks like they're forcing forehand. The pull tried to trap it on the sideline. Very well executed, but they were not able to catch up in time. Awadh now on offense, wasting no time, centering, moving it. They're playing a very attacking style of offense. We're just giving and going, and this time around the player cleared all the way. There's a Becca in the end zone who tried to poach, but I think nothing to beat the vertical and read of the Awadh KHELadis offensive player, who seems to be in a bit of discomfort after catching that pull. I hope he'll be all right and everything will be fine. Nevertheless, this point for Awadh, 3 good offensive holds in a row for them, so they should be happy with that while they try to figure out their break, and the teammates just rushing to help their player. Very good to see that the player number 7 is back on his feet, so probably just a pull over there, and Awadh looking good right now. Time to see what they can do on D.
Score the goal, and India have won! Ryan Awadh.
Stoppage. The Airbenders players just running up to see if he's okay as well, and the KHELadis just helping him walk off. The replacement substitute from Awadh just taking his place while the injured player just walks off. Hope he will be all right. The game continues. Airbenders waste no time, gets an upline. Anna looks ahead, has Ajay. Nena is free. Ajay does not hesitate, and the throw is pitch perfect. So despite that stoppage, I think the Airbenders offensive flow continues. Awadh KHELadis, known to be a very fierce team, very fierce contenders, very strong with their skill sets, their speed, their athleticism, their mental ability, known to be a very spirited team, coached by Akshay, who incidentally started playing very little bit in Austria in 2001. So that's how long ago he started coaching, and one of his favorite things to do, he says, is coaching and playing at the same time. So he is right now on the sidelines just tending to his player. He is the driving force, as we understand, behind the Awadh KHELadis, a group of marvelous youngsters from Uttar Pradesh who have grown up together, treating Ultimate as a part of their life, their education, their future. So Ultimate, of course, has taught them a lot as they continue to move ahead in their life and career. So very good to see Awadh. While they are a lean squad, they have no shortage of energy and enthusiasm, and with that their offensive line has started its attack. No hesitation by number 13 there to pull the trigger, but Pooja was hanging back there in the defensive zone. The player asking him to huck it higher so that he could get the vertical, but Pooja was already there, so it was probably an execution error. The Airbenders D-line now looking to score. Talib with the disc, looks like there was some contact, immediately accepted by number 13, so he will reset the stall count to 1. Talib, of course, has 10 seconds to throw the disc. For viewers, folks who are watching, not very new to Ultimate, you have 10 seconds to throw the disc and you can't move, so you have a fixed pivot foot and you have 10 seconds. Anytime there's a foul by the defense, that counter goes back and starts at 1. So the stall count has now restarted. Talib to Becca, Becca looks to Riku, lot of space, Becca clears out, Riku happy to lose yards, dump it to Doc. Talib gets it, fakes the backhand, throws it inside. 2 Awadh KHELadis defensive female players in the zone. Not much Pooja could do there. I think someone poached off and they very smartly took space. So this is another chance for the Awadh KHELadis O-line, which had 3 clean holds so far. Now getting the disc back after a turn. A very nice throw to the center. Player looking for a dump, very patient, very calm, sends it to the sideline. Airbenders coming out with a matchup with a kind of flattish defense that's forcing the Awadh KHELadis to throw to the sides. So while Airbenders may have a force, I think they're playing very smart. The D-line is kind of keeping it flat. That's what resulted in this throw going as well, I would say, because the players are now, they don't have the easy pass downfield, but they're forced to throw to the side, so it increases the chance of them making an error. This is what the Airbenders D-line would have hoped for. Pixie now picking it up with Doc, set up at a dump. It looks like a timeout has been called, so Airbenders very smartly taking a timeout. So they have 75 seconds to just catch a breath, strategize. In this stage of the Nationals, these are 100-minute games. Each team has 2 timeouts per half, which they can take at any point, as long as they are in possession of the disc. So you can't stop the game if you're on defense, but if you have the disc, you can take a timeout, and Airbenders exercising that opportunity at this moment.
Score the goal, and India have won. Fire someone. Comes now.
Yeah, as a boy, always knew I one day had the courage to be king. Yeah, time flew when I grew up. Now I'm ready for the promise that it brings. You only wanted me to screw up, but it's something that you're never gonna see. And everything that you hope for, yeah, it was only in a dream. Yeah, now I go on a roll, and I know that I'm never breaking down. I control all the flow in my soul, put a sword at the stone in the ground. said it would be someday. Seeing castles in the clouds. One way or another, when I step in the room, everybody better bow. So be careful how you talk to me.
That's the day we...
Cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down. So you better start running. So you better start running. So you better start running. Because I'm coming right now. Because I'm coming right now. And there's only one crown. And there's only one king. And it's looking like me.
During that last point, big.
Hope all of you folks watching this stream are enjoying some of the clips that we have in this break. Some highlights from some of the top India campaigns in the past. I think the folks who really put India on the world map of Ultimate. Good to see some of those plays, some of those highlights in the timeouts, in the breaks. But what you're looking at right now on this stream is the new crop, the future, I would say, of Ultimate in India. A lot of young players on this. Our team as well as Airbenders team have represented the country and they have a long way to go. So really good to see these two taking each other on in the semi-final. Airbenders just came out of the timeout and there was a travel call. In my opinion, it looked reasonable. I think Doc took more than a few steps to slow down. But yeah, players just talking it out. Disc went back. Airbenders moves it to Becca, to Talib. Pooja giving a deep cut. Talib doesn't throw that. Taking a few seconds to decide. Decides to put the inside to Pixie. Very close. Maybe a layout D would have got it. But Pixie with the disc makes a gainer pass on the force side to Becca, who puts it up there for Talib. Very safely, securely catches it in the air. Looks like Talib is making a call on either foul or a marking infraction, quickly resolved. Becca clearing upline. Looks like there is another call. It's disc space. Perhaps a straddle that he's calling. So the straight line that joins the 2 points of feet of the defender should be at least one disc away from him. So that's the marking infraction that he's calling. Because Ultimate is a non-contact sport, we kind of have the rules that make sure that there is enough space between the players. Pixie faking the around, getting it upline and punching it into Becca at the end zone. So again, a break point for Airbenders this time. The pull was not caught, but player quickly recovers, gains a few yards. Airbenders now coming out with a zone. A very interesting look with 4 people out there. There's Janani playing the disc mark, few people hanging behind. Awadh very happy to take it inside the zone, but Akhil there making a bid. A foul has been called. The player felt that he had it first and then Akhil tapped it. Akhil signaling that he probably tapped the disc first, so a difference in opinion. While all other players just hold their ground, the players involved in the call just discussing what they think should be the outcome. Having a conversation, and they disagreed, agree to disagree with each other, so the call is contested. Players go back to Airbenders O-line signaling readiness. The pull goes up. Aaron just running back to position himself to catch it. A very good pull. Airbenders not able to gain too many yards this time off the pull. Riku faked off, clears very efficiently to make space. Anna gives and goes asking for the upline. 2 cuts over there, but Aaron takes the hammer.
Game to 10. Can this be completed? Oh.
Yeah. The Airbenders D-line making a huck to Pooja. No contest over there. Another break for Airbenders gives them a 5-break lead. So this game is going very close to the end. Airbenders just 1 point away from clinching a very decisive victory in this semi-final. Awadh, a couple of players down, but showing a lot of grit and heart in this game. A huge shout out to them for having come all the way from Uttar Pradesh, coached by Akshay. You have Anil, Govind, Kajal, Karan, Kunal, Manju, Monica, Neha, Piyush, Priyanshu, Ragini, Ravina, Roshni, Sunny, Sushil and Vandana. Shout out to all of them for having come all the way and putting up such a tough fight. I think they will give it their all until the end of this game, but they should be proud of themselves for having made it all the way here. There is another semi-final happening on the other field between Flywild and Airborne. Seems like Flywild is up at the moment. If this game gets over anytime soon and Awadh is on the losing side, they shouldn't be too worried. They still have a chance to go for bronze. There's a 3rd place match that they will get to play, all to win for them, and that will happen later today, versus the loser of the Airborne versus Flywild semi-final happening on the other field. Also a very interesting game. It was very close at some point, the other game probably at 5-all, but now looks like Flywild has taken a little bit of a lead. But coming back to this game, Awadh starting on offense, very smooth 5-6 passes, a huge forehand gainer. The player decides to choose a hammer. The wind was a bit strong. I'm not sure it was the best decision in the wind. The wind has been on and off, but I think the player there had to kind of sense that the wind had picked up. Seemed like a good throw decision. Otherwise, the wind just pushed it down, giving their player no chance to catch it. So the Airbenders D-line picks up the disc. A throw is made to Becca, who has been very free this entire game on this D-line, who doesn't hesitate to make the pass to Sham, her mother. And with that, I think the Airbenders D-line has shown what they're capable of. The O-line not coming under too much pressure this time around. The D-line takes it for Airbenders. With that, the final score is 15-8, and Airbenders still unbeaten in this national championship series the entire season. Will go into the finals to play the winner of Fly Wild versus Airborne. So Airbenders will be facing off one of Airborne or Fly Wild, the winner, I think a little after 3 o'clock today. So do tune in for the finals. This is Rishi signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you all around as we go through the rest of the day. The finals of, I think the first 12 positions are being streamed, so do catch all the action on UPI. Shout out to the sponsors, Enazal and Agile, and huge thanks to SportWatt, who is the streaming partner. They're doing some great work streaming grassroots sports. They have a mobile application, they have a channel, a lot of reach, a lot of good they're doing for grassroots sports in India. So a very good partner for us in terms of fit. So thank you to everybody, to the ops folks on the ground and the camera crew. See you all on the rest of the streams.